Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Addison with Birthy Crochets. Thank you for clicking on this video. I am market prepping. Okay, well, I'm pretty much done market prepping, but I did start making 2 dinosaurs yesterday, which if you saw my last video, this was at the end of that. So this is like the spiky dino. These are patterns by Crochet Grow by making them in jumbo yarn. And then I haven't finished this one yet, but it is the Triceratops, and I will be finishing this up and then adding the details to both of them, the frill here and the spikes on the other one, and then I'll be putting the eyes in. My sisters are going to be coming today around like 1:30 or so. Actually, it should be a little bit before that because that's the time I want to leave. But I just have to pack my van because my market is tomorrow and Sunday, which is so exciting. I'm so nervous. It is currently 6:14. My oldest is awake. He's sitting on the couch eating some raisins. So while he is busy and my youngest is sleeping, let's get to it. All right, guys, so I finished the dinos. It is 7:04. Here they are. I love them. I think they are so cute, and like these are pretty big. I have no idea what to price these at, but I will figure it out. But look how cute they are. Dude, they're adorable. I priced them at $58 each. I'm about to add them to my market bag, and I have $9,717 worth of inventory. My goal was $10,000. I did not hit it. I was so close. But maybe for the Maple Leaf Festival, I'll be able to hit it. I am so excited to see what this festival brings. Okay, guys, I am packing my van up right now. It is 11:30 in the morning, and I am waiting for my sisters to get here. I think they said they'd be here around noon. Here's what we're working with in this van. Usually I put my tent down here. I'll have my tubs over on the side, my tables kind of like up, but we'll see. I have to leave this seat open because my sisters are gonna sit here, and then this one has a little car seat base in it, so not much can go there either. Okay, you guys, this is what we've got going on. It is so packed. I had to save this seat, and then we've got the driver and passenger as well, but this is what the middle of my van looks like, and here's from this angle. It is absolutely just packed. All right, it is 1:30. We are getting ready to leave. I have to stop at an ATM. This is my sister. Yes, I have to stop at an ATM and then go to a bank to get the change that I need because I don't have a bank around here, unfortunately. And then we are gonna head to our hotel. We just set up roughly, like we set up the tables and the tent and everything, but everything else will get set up in the morning. I'm not sure how much space I really have. It's 10 by 10, but usually I take up just a little bit on the outside, and I don't know that I can really do that here. So we're waiting to see tomorrow, whoever's next to me, how much space we have after they're there. Anyways, we're about to go back to the hotel and enjoy the rest of our night. So we just ordered from Pizza Hut. This is like crazy. Look, it's like the crust is these like cheese sticks, and it comes with all these ranches. Okay, good morning, guys. Today is Saturday. It is 6:30 in the morning. We're about to go eat breakfast and finish setting up our booth. We are here. We are setting up. I got my dragons hung up, and they look so good. Here they are, and here is kind of the setup for now, and I'll update you guys when we finish. I finished setting up. Let me show you what I have so far. So all I have to do now is add my like chalkboard price signs and set up everything in the back, which is my bags, and I think that might be it. Also, if you guys have any market questions, make sure to leave them in the comments and I'll try to respond to all of them, because I've been doing markets for a few years now and I feel like I've got a pretty good idea of what I like and what customers like. I do pretty good at all of my markets so far, or I've done pretty good at all of my markets so far. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Okay guys, it's about 1 o'clock. I'm going to show you kind of what the booth is looking like. Okay guys, so we just got back to the hotel. It is 6:17 p.m. I took a shower and I did pretty well today. I'm super happy with how it went. It was just a long day. My feet hurt a little bit. I smacked my elbow really hard into the vendor behind me. They had like walls, like metal walls, and I slipped and smacked my elbow really hard on it. I'm glad I didn't knock any of their stuff down, but I don't know if I have a bruise or anything, but it hurts really bad. Okay, and I wanted to go over what my best sellers were of the day. So there was the small axolotls, which is Crochet Grove's pattern. I sold 7 out of 12 of those. Next was the Sitting Bees by Fammy Crochets. It's free pattern on Instagram. I sold 4 out of 6 of those. The Buglings, I sold 7 of the 10 that I brought. That is the patterns by Dee Dee's Plushies. I sold 10 of my 34 keychains, which I'd kind of just do random keychains, so there's never like anything specific, and I don't keep track of what specific keychains sell. I sold 16 of my 36 mystery boxes, 10 of my 19 bubble octopuses, which was octopi, which is all from Jade's pattern. I sold 6 out of 12 of my possums, which is my pattern's free tutorial on YouTube. And I sold 12 of my 24 tank turtles. So those, I think, were my best sellers of the day. I'll go over that again with you guys tomorrow of just the whole market. But I've typically seen it's like whatever was the best seller one day, it's like it ends up not being a best seller the next day and it's something completely different. So I'll go over that with you guys tomorrow or just sometime this week. But for now, I'm just gonna relax because I'm tired. Good morning, guys. Today is Sunday. It is the last day of the market. We are going to go to the event right now. We just ate breakfast at the hotel and something else. Hello everybody. So we are at the event. We got everything set back up and I changed some things around. It's mostly it's the same kind of layout, but I did change the placement of some things, so let me show you. Here is what it looks like from the front on day 2. If we start here at the table, we've got keychains, we've got my $10 basket. It's frogs, possums, bunnies, kitties, and those are all my patterns. Here we've got Sitting Bees, chameleons, lily pad frogs, chunky boys, the giraffe. Here we've got just a bunch of different patterns, different things to catch people's attention with the dino on the top. Over here we've still got the 3 dragon heads, and then I made some baskets. Over here we've got the rest of the bugs, the manatees, and this axolotl lovey. Moving over to the shelf, we've got the Finding Nemo set, the kangaroo, whales, dolphins, turtles, crabs, and then down here is all seasonal stuff, Halloween, Christmas, and St. Patrick's Day. To the buckets, we've got a couple new things. The fish here and here are new, the ants are new, the pigs are new, but the rest is the same. The only thing that I have left of my inventory that is not out yet is 3 of these hippos because this bucket is full. Moving over to this table back here, we've got the rest of our mystery boxes out. We've got Nemos and Dories, we've got 3 seals, axolotls, an assortment of random things on this shelf. My fax sign. Over here we've got another random assortment of things. Down here we've got turtles, octos, axolotls, the rest of what was out yesterday. Here we've got dinos, stegosauruses, and triceratops, a couple patterns that I had out yesterday but just moved them. These guys are some of my bigger items. This little Nessie is so cute. And here we are back at the front. I've got a few turtles in jars and a few other turtles here. And again, this is the setup for today, and I will do an after shot if I remember. I'm really hoping I do, because I really love it when people do that, but I'm so terribly forgetful, so I'm hoping I remember. I'm just super excited to get today started. We've got about 40 minutes until the event opens, and my sisters are out getting a Dr. Pepper right now, so I'm just chilling. Okay guys, so it is about 4. I'm gonna give you an after shot of what I have sold so far, and I did condense my keychains. My wristlets have not sold, like I have not sold a single one. All the ones that I have gotten rid of have been just given away. I'm keeping one. I gave one to each of my sisters, and so I think I'm gonna put a keychain on each of them, which I already did, and sell those for $15 for the wristlet and the keychain together. But I'm gonna give you guys an after shot as soon as some of these customers clear out of here. Okay, so here is the after. We sold a couple of the bugs in here. We have sold quite a few things from this basket, including most of the kitties and all of the possums. Here's what I was talking about on the condensed keychains. So they're gonna come like this, and then there's still a little clip to clip your keys. Over here, we've sold some dinos. None of our big items. We did sell some of these turtles, bubble octos, and axolotls. Didn't sell many of the big items today. We did almost get cleared out of those mystery boxes. Almost. I just got home. I took my dogs on a walk. I am going to unload. This is my Ray Ray. She's such a baby, and that's Rambo. I am going to unload my van, and then I'm going to go take a shower. I also did a poll on my Instagram and asked for you guys to ask me market questions. So I'm going to answer those in this video just to kind of help with the whole, like, market vibe. Oh, did you want me to keep petting you? Just to help with the whole market vibe. I'm also going to be sharing my answers to those on my Instagram story here in just a little bit. And then after I shower and get ready for the night, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my bestsellers of the day and how I did today. Okay, so after I showered, my husband and my boys got home. So all those things I said I was going to do tonight, I will probably do tomorrow. So we will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. Today is April 14th. It is Monday. I painted my nails this morning because the other ones were starting to peel. And those lasted like 2 weeks. These ones I am not a fan of. The color, I think it was supposed to be more of like a top coat kind of thing, just to give like the darker coat underneath like a shimmer, because it was like insanely light. This was four coats. And it's still, I feel like, isn't very, I don't know, it's just not what I expected, I guess. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing today. I'm babysitting right now. And oh my gosh, you guys. I got chosen to test this adorable manatee pattern. And manatees are one of my favorites right now. I cannot get over them. I think they're so stinking adorable. And I did sell one of my manatees at my market, which I was so excited about. But yeah, anyways, that was basically it. I am going to grab my book and see if I can give you guys kind of a breakdown of what were my best sellers yesterday and just kind of overall. Okay guys, so I don't think I showed you. I got a couple things at the festival yesterday when I went and walked around. I did not grab a card from this business. I don't know why. I'm so upset about it. But they made these little koi ponds. And I think that is so cute. And then I also got this little bird, like opalescent-y, and it is so cute. I'm obsessed. Okay, so then one of my favorite businesses is Dip and Sip. They make gourmet dip mixes, and I got some of my favorites and then one of their new ones, which is this one. They do shipping as well too, so if you wanted to, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can go to www.glassygirlskansas.com. And they do shipping, and these dips are fire. I eat them with pretzels. They're one of my guilty pleasures. And also, the last thing I got was this cinnamon honey from one of the local bee farmers. And my plan for this one is to mix with some butter and make some like cinnamon honey butter. I think it will be delicious. Someone is being a little clinger today. And anyways, the last thing I got was this. It was ice cream. Flint Hills Pints. They make the best ice cream. This one that I got was called Hope Run. It is blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, melted or like cooked with lemon juice and then strained, so there was no chunks, but it was absolutely delicious. And it's actually like my cousin that runs the business, so that was pretty cool. Oh, just kidding, there was one more thing. As I was leaving, one of the sweet freeze-dried candy vendors, the man that runs it, he actually used to work with my grandpa, but they came up to me and they asked if I wanted just this thing of lemon puffs, which is freeze-dried lemon drops. They are so good. I actually haven't tried these ones yet, but just freeze-dried candy in general, I love. My best sellers were my axolotl, which I sold 11 out of 12 of. I'm pretty sure I'm out of them though, so I don't know if one got taken or if I just missed one. My buglings, I sold 8 out of 10 of them. I sold all 12 of my Kiki kitties. I sold 3 of my 6 dragon heads, which were my attention drawing piece. I sold 9 out of 12 of my ducks and frog hats. I sold 11 out of 24 of my Finnegan frogs, but I think my issue on the first day, because I didn't sell like any on the first day, and I think it was just placement. I think the issue on the first day was just placement because they were on the bottom of my bin display, and the second day I had them out front and I sold almost half of them. I sold 30 of my mystery boxes out of the 36 that I brought. I do have one missing, and I'm pretty sure I watched somebody steal it. They moved their bag to the front and were standing there for a while and like adjusting the bag, and then when they turned around, they were there for a minute too, just looking at them, and then they put their bag back on their bag and left. So I'm pretty sure somebody just stole it right in front of me, but I didn't see it, so like for sure. So I couldn't be like, hey, you stole that. Anyways, I sold 14 out of 19 of my little squishy bubble blowing octos. I sold 11 out of 12 of my possums, but there was no more left. So again, I don't know if that one was stolen or if we just miscounted. I sold 5 out of 12 of my rat charms, 6 out of 12 of my sea stars, 9 out of 12 of my little Triceratops. I sold all 3 of my Tula the tulips. I sold 6 out of 6 of my Spencer the sea turtle in jumbo yarn. I sold 12 out of 24 of my Tank the turtles. So in total, I did do really well. I'm super happy with how the event turned out. And now I am going to take all of my cash profits and I'm going to stuff them in my 100 envelope challenge book. And I will say, I think that's one of my favorite tips, cash stuffing your cash sales, because I don't know, if you're like me, if I have cash, like I'm gonna spend it on things that I don't need. So I'm saving it up in here, and when this book gets full, the plan is to get passports for myself and my family and hopefully take a trip. Okay guys, I feel like I look even worse now than I did in my eyes, than I did earlier. But I just took an allergy pill to see if that is gonna help. My eye, this one specifically, keeps like filling up with gunk, and it is driving me crazy because I can't, like, it won't just stop. I held like a warm compress on it. My mom was like, go watch a movie to make you cry, just in case it's like a clogged tear duct or something. And I haven't watched a movie yet, but I did do the warm compress, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm just clearly feeling it right now. Good morning, guys. It is 5:55 on Tuesday, April 15th. Clearly, I'm still feeling like doo-doo, but I am about to edit my last video, and I'm going to show you how much I got done of my pattern test yesterday. This is a little manatee. He is super cute, but I will be finishing him either today or tomorrow, hopefully, but hopefully I start feeling better because I'm just like, Okay guys, so I just got back from work, and we are going on a walk, myself, my husband, my kids, and my dogs. And after that, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I haven't really been crocheting much. I know I showed you the manatee earlier, but I don't know. It is currently 8:12 p.m. I'm picking up my living room. Why is my lighting so terrible? So I'm picking up my living room right now, and I'm about to do my dishes. We went on a walk earlier, and I haven't crocheted anything. I know, I'm so boring. But I just, like, after this market, I just have no motivation. I still need to find a time to sit down and answer all of those questions about markets for you guys so that it's just done and you guys have the answers to the questions that you asked. Good morning, you guys. Today is Wednesday, April 16th. I am going in to work because we had a couple people quit and they were both supposed to open today. So I told my boss I would open. My husband's watching the kid that I typically watch Wednesday mornings, and there's a couple geese outside of the gym. So look how cute they are. Okay guys, I'm at a red light, but I just got off work. I am heading home. I realized that after the market, this video is kind of boring and I feel so bad, but this is so realistic because after a market, I am just so drained from crochet and anything involved in crochet for like a solid week or two. So I'm hoping that I can get out of this little funk here shortly and have some better content for you guys. So I am so sorry. But again, I am doing my best here. So stick with me, please. I promise. I'll be back. Okay guys, so I just got home from work and I compiled my list of all the questions that were asked to me on my Instagram on Sunday when I asked about if you had any market questions. So I'm going to go through these one by one and answer them all to the best of my ability, and I hope that it's helpful. So the first question was, do you put your bestsellers in the front or in the back? And then like not so bestsellers, like where do you put each thing? So for me, I try to put my bestsellers everywhere because most of my bestsellers are my smaller, lower priced items, which is like turtles, my kitties. So I like to have a basket in the front. I have my bins over on the side, and then I like to have another basket on the side, and then I've got risers as well, one on the front and then one on the side. And then my mystery boxes, which are also one of my bestsellers, are on my back table. So I try to kind of scatter them, and then my not so bestsellers are more my larger items, like the one-of-a-kind piece, because the price point is a little bit higher. So I scatter those around as well, and I basically just try to make it a big mix of kind of everything everywhere. I know that maybe not be the best way to do it, but that is what I prefer because it's like I try to have my bestsellers there and I try to have a big attention drawing item out front. It was like, come on, come in, come look at all the things. So that's personally how I do it. So my favorite market patterns, there are so many, okay? I did not write down my favorites, but I think I'm going to make a Google Doc for you guys of all my favorites just so that I can link that for you guys to have a more condensed list. So make sure you check the description box for that. But off the top of my head, my favorite patterns, my Alfred the Ant pattern. I really like the Tank the Turtle pattern from Mel's Crocheted Creations. G Bean's Crafties shrimp pattern is one of my favorites. I really like the little starfish pattern that I made. I cannot pronounce the name of the designer, but it looks like this. My Finnegan the Frog pattern is one of my favorite things to make. And honestly, I really like making the mystery box items, but there's so many of those. So again, I will make a Google Doc for you guys of all my favorite like no-sew, low-sew, quick, under an hour makes. And the link to that will be in the description box. How stable are grid walls and how do you attach them? So the grid walls that I used at my market, it was my first time using those. And honestly, I really, really love them. They were extremely stable in the grass and it was pretty windy out. We had gusts up to 35 miles an hour, I think. I did like use a bungee cord at the bottom and kind of just attach it to the side of my tent. But so the grid walls that I have don't attach to the side of the tent. They're just stand-up ones. but I do really like those, and those are going to be linked in my Amazon storefront, also in the description box. Next question, do I do markets every week like a farmer's market? No, I do not. Personally, I'm not a fan of events that are like frequent in the same place. I used to do one called the Main Street Market in the town next to me. It was a really great event, honestly. The atmosphere was amazing, but every single month that I did it, because it was like every third Thursday or something of the month, but every month my sales just went down, 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 because parents would be, because it's the same people that you're getting back to this event, probably, that live in this town, and it would, oh, can I have this? Can I have this? And I always made sure I brought new stuff, but the parents, no, you got something from her last time. You got something from her last year. No, you know, so I personally, it's not my thing. I know people that do it and that are successful in that. And if you live in like a bigger area, I think that would be a little bit better. But since I live in a small town and that event was in a small town, it wasn't my favorite. Personally, I do 2 very large events each year. Both of them are 2-day festivals, and I really love them. I'm looking into doing one more holiday one, which is a bigger 1-day event in December. And I'm trying to find something maybe in the summer that's not as big, but still high traffic. Next question. Has anyone ever stole from me? Yes. And if you watched my Maple Leaf Festival, you know this. So pretty much at every event I go to, I get something stolen from me. I don't have eyes all around my head. I've only got 2 of them. And if I've got 10 people in my booth, I can't watch everybody. It is unfortunate. It is very sad that people think that it's okay to steal from small businesses. The main story that I have from that was my sister was helping me with my event, and she was standing back here. I was over here helping a customer facing this way towards the front. This friend of the girl who stole was standing between me and her friend, who was crouched down at my bin display. She was like pretending to look at something, and then she grabbed a whale and she slipped it in her bag. And my sister goes, hey, excuse me, I saw you just put that whale in your bag. She shaked her bag at her and says, I didn't steal anything. And then she came and bought a stingray from me and she left. We ended up doing my inventory, and she did. It wasn't just a fluke. My sister clearly watched her put the whale in her bag, and she did steal it. We were missing one. So it was a whole thing. Anyways, that wasn't the first time. I remember getting a pink lemonade turtle stolen from me at the first Maple Leaf Festival I did. This time I had a couple small things stolen from me, one of them being a mystery box, which I'm pretty sure I watched the person do it, but I didn't know for sure what they were doing. I watched them put their bag from their back to their front, and they were standing there kind of messing with their bag and looking at the mystery boxes for like an odd amount of time. And then out of nowhere, like, they turned around, bag kind of bulging, and they put their bag back on their back and they left. But again, like, I didn't watch it. I didn't see it happen. I was dealing with other customers. It was just, I knew it was happening, but if I don't see it, like, I can't say anything. So it's something that I've kind of just dealt with. It really sucks. It's very sad. I put a lot of work into my stuff, so yeah. The next question is the biggest tip that I think everybody should know who is doing markets. I mean, just be prepared for anything. Be flexible, because I've had events where it thunderstormed the entire time. I've had events where the wind was so bad that I wasn't able to have any of my displays up, and everything just had to lay on my table because it was so windy. I really think just being flexible and open-minded and positive, like, your attitude is everything, in my opinion. So I think that's my biggest tip. I know it's not necessarily market oriented, it's kind of just everything, but seriously, just if you can be flexible and keep a positive attitude, I think that things are going to go a lot better for you. Next question, something that you wouldn't think to bring, but I suggest bringing: water bottle, chapstick, sunglasses, portable charger, and a lot of ones. Oh my gosh, especially if you're doing a big event, have a lot of ones, because there was one time I ran out of ones. I brought 50. Mind you, these are big festivals, okay? I brought 50 ones. Ran out. Thankfully, somebody came in and they bought a larger item. She heard me say I ran out of ones to somebody. Thankfully, she worked at the Renaissance Festival, so she had ones for days, and she paid for me this whole thing in ones. So she gave me like 60 ones. It was great. Oh, also, if you zip tie anything, bring scissors or wire cutters. Wire cutters work even better than scissors do to cut zip ties. And bring duct tape, because you might need it for anything. Next question. Do I price everything individually or a menu board? Honestly, I price all of my large items individually. There's no reason for me to list them all out. I have a wide variety of things that I bring. If I have a little basket of things that are all the exact same, or like okay, at this event, I had all my frogs and kitties, bunnies, and possums in the same basket. They were all $10. So I did that and I labeled them $10. I had Stegosaurus and Triceratops in another basket labeled $12. My bin display, I tape a little chalkboard sign on the side of each row, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and their prices on that chalkboard sign. And if your whole thing is you want to bring multiples of everything that you make, and you don't want that wide of a variety like that, yeah, do a menu board. Why not? Next question, my best and my worst sellers. So again, bestsellers is always going to be, for me, my mystery boxes, my small things, basically $15 and under. That's my bestsellers. I know I went through some of my bestsellers with you guys earlier. Worst sellers, I would say probably is more like niche items. Like if you make an anime character or a character out of a book or a show or whatever, a not as popular show or character or book, whatever, I'd say that's probably my worst sellers. I haven't made a whole lot of that kind of stuff. I try to stay away from characters in general. The wider audience that you can market to, I think your sales are likely to go up. The more specific things start becoming, it's harder to find your target audience. Next question, how to find markets. Honestly, Google, Facebook. I always look up Facebook events around me, and I look up the days, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Or I look up vendor events near me, craft shows near me. And honestly, just deep diving. The ones that I went to were ones that I heard of by mouth through other vendors. Talk to other vendors that are around. Favorite market display, it's my bin display. It is a bamboo drying rack from Walmart and 12 little bins from Dollar Tree. The next question was how much to prep. I have been to events where I prep $800 worth of stuff for like a smaller event that only lasts a few hours in one day. I've also been to events where, like this Tulip Festival, I brought almost 10,000 in inventory for 2 full days. So it honestly truly just depends on the event, how well it's marketed, and how much foot traffic it gets, because that to me is gonna determine how much I'm prepping for the event. Market essentials: tent, tables, tablecloths, shelf displays to give you height in your booth, cash box and cash, square, which is what I use to take card payments. Basically just multiple payment options. Business cards, signage. I have my signs from a mystery box. I have a fax sign, and I have a payment sign. The last question was, do I have any tips for wind if you can't put up the walls? Honestly, I don't suggest putting up the walls in general, because when I put up the walls, I feel like I become a parachute. I like to keep all my walls down. I will keep my back one up if the vendor behind me has them down. That way it's like you can't see. But I like to let the wind be able to come through. And honestly, you can't stop the wind, so it sucks. But you really, like I said earlier, you just have to be flexible and troubleshoot as you go when it comes to the wind. With the 35-mile-an-hour winds that we had, I didn't have really any of my market displays come down. Most of them that I have are pretty stable, and like the grid wall shelves that I have, the wind can kind of go through those, so it's not like it's catching and then falling. Like I feel like if it has more holes in it, like it'll stay up better, but I don't know if that even makes sense. But anyways, that is all of the questions that I was asked, and I hope that answered some of your guys' questions. If you guys have any more questions for me about about markets, what I do, what you think that you should do, just leave them down below and I will try to get back to them. I'm happy to make a whole video answering questions if you guys would like. So just leave your questions down below. That is all I have for you with that. Good morning, guys. It is 7:35. I am about to, or sorry, 5:35. I am about to update my junk journal. I have quite a few things that I've been saving for and just have not gotten around to it. So that's what I'm doing. Wish me luck, and we'll talk to you guys here in a minute. Okay, guys, well, just kidding. I literally had enough time to, like, empty that basket and sort things, and my kids woke up. It's not even 6 yet. Okay, so my kids stayed occupied for just a very short period of time, but I was able to finish one spread. Let me show you. Here it is. It's my Sunny Angel spread. I think it's really cute. Okay, guys, so I went to work this morning, and I'm home, and I've been junk journaling, and I want to show you all the spreads that I've done. So I think I showed you this one earlier, but here was the next one. This was my orders from Jess Seashells. Here's her little card. She is amazing. We have just a couple little thank you cards here. So that's what that one is. And this she had written on the package that she had sent, which I thought was so cute. And then this one is from Bee's Craft Nook. This page is my Follow Gorilla. This is one of my last orders from Patti. My stitch markers, as you can tell by this little thing. This was my little trade with my friend Shy, and then here was I went to Panda Express with my husband. This is when we went to Chick-fil-A like months and months ago, and this is just random little things that I've had, so that's all. I really love doing this. I don't know what it is, but let me show you how thick this thing is. Look at that. That's me pushing it together as hard as I can, but when I just like, she's thick. Okay, guys, so we're sitting outside. We had dinner. I ordered something on Etsy. It is a hand-painted shell. I'm gonna put the picture of it here. It is by Beach Girl Studios. I am so excited to get this. I have been looking at this one specifically for at least a month, and it was still available, and I had to have it. Like, I wasn't planning on spending any more money until after my trip next month, but I can't. Like, guys, I was so excited for this, and now that it's on the way, I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, I'm super excited. It is so cute, and she did an amazing job. I cannot wait to get it and display it. If you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down in the comment section. I would be so happy to answer any of your questions. I'm going to end the video off here. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Comment a dragon emoji if you guys made it to the very end of the video. And we will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell notification if you want to be notified every time I post a video. Can you say like, comment, and subscribe? Yeah. Say it.
I should try.
Yeah, what he said.